guys, I wanted to jump on here tonight and show you guys how to make a tassel necklace. I was going out to dinner with some family tonight and I decided to make a necklace to go with this shirt because I didn't have one that I really liked that was long enough, so I wanted to add just a little bit of something to this one. So I went ahead and made this afternoon, and I wanted to jump on here quick tonight and show you guys how to do that. So this is kind of what it's going to look like when it's done, and then you can just hang it on any necklace that you have. So what I have here actually is really special to me. If you can see in here, that's a camouflage, and these happen to be some pants that probably my mom was cleaning out my dad's closet and got rid of these camouflage pants. And so I'm going to use a piece of that fabric, and then I've got an old scarf. I had some white, I was wearing a white vest, so I wanted to add some white in it. So I found this scarf. Actually, we did our sweater pumpkins, or I mean our toilet paper pumpkins wrapped in this scarf. So that's left over. And then again, I had another 99-cent sweater from Goodwill. So I just took these pieces, and then I had purchased these clips on Amazon. You can get them pretty much at any hobby store, Hobby Lobby, Michael's, any kind of clip like that. You can use that. You could also use like a jump ring if you wanted to make it just out of a jump ring or whatever. But what we're gonna do, actually also I have t-shirt material. If you guys watched back in the fall, we did some t-shirt pumpkins and stuff. And so I kept some of that. I had some dark green. It was a dark green t-shirt. And so I'm just gonna kind of cut these and put them together and show you how to make a little tassel necklace. So that's what we'll be making. For the pants, we're just going to go ahead, actually on all of the pieces material, just go ahead and cut strips that are probably 16 to 18 inches long or something like that. And on these pants, on this material, I wanted to rip it. The t-shirts too, if you rip it, it gives it kind of a rougher edge, and so I wanted to have that edge on these when we do them. So I'm just cutting the end. There's a hem or a seam on the back of this or on the bottom of this, so I'm cutting that down and then just cutting a little. You don't want it to be too wide of a piece of material because it doesn't bend really easily and it doesn't lay very easily. So if you cut the material too short or if you do it too thick, it doesn't lay really nicely when you're wearing it. So just about a 1/2 inch thick or so on the piece of material. We're going to cut that and then go ahead and just rip it. Rip the piece of material until it's about, I would say maybe 16 to 18 inches. You can test it. Just take a test piece of material, whatever you've got, and kind of lay it in place, you know how long you would want it. Fold it in half. What you're actually going to do when we make these is fold that piece of material in half, so that's why we want it to be just a little bit longer. So go ahead and cut all of your pieces of material, and we're going to do this camouflage. I loved incorporating the camouflage. My shirt was green, so I thought it was really fun to incorporate the camouflage, and they happened to be my dad's old camouflage pants, and he taught me how to hunt. So I thought it was kind of cool to make a necklace that I can keep and wear, and it was special to me. So if you can see, that was a little bit crooked, so I went ahead and just tore the other side off so it was a nice even piece. And then you'll just cut all of your pieces of material about that same length. It doesn't have to be exact. It's kind of nice if it's not exact, just to give it a little bit of variance. And then we're going to do this scarf. And any of the materials, I think it makes it look neat if you kind of fray the edges on it before we put it together. I think it gives it a really nice look. So like on this scarf, once you cut the edges, just go ahead and fray all of the ends. I think it gives it a nice look for the necklace too when you're wearing it. It's not quite so perfect. You probably want to have about 3 or 4 or 5 pieces of material of different kinds. This old sweater actually had a really cute hem in the bottom of it, but then it switches to this. And the piece I cut included both. So when I folded it in half, you had one that was this pattern and one that was this pattern. So I just went ahead and cut the sweater to be a long piece and include both of those patterns in it. The sweater material doesn't really tear very well, so it's just easier to cut that. So you can see on that one, we're just including both of the different patterns on it. So then what we're gonna do is just take all of our pieces of material and put them together so they're pretty much even. And then the best kind of material to tie this together with, you could use jute, you could use twine, you can use string. You can kind of put it together with whatever you want to, but the t-shirt material ties really nicely and it goes into our hook really nicely. So I'm using the one that's a t-shirt material, and I'm cutting this piece just a little bit longer because once we tie it in a knot, it can hang down with the other pieces as well, just to make it a little bit thicker. If you guys just jumped on, I am making some tassels that I made for a necklace today that I wore. So I just wanted to show you guys how to make these tassels. So we have all of our pieces of material. I'm gonna put them together. This is a little different for me when I'm not doing it on the table for you guys. So I'm not sure what you're seeing or not. I apologize if it's not showing everything. Okay. So all of these, I'm gonna hold them in the center and tie this piece of t-shirt material around those pieces in the center. So we'll just tie it once, and then we're gonna go ahead and take our little hook, and this is what's gonna hook onto your necklace, and then put the t-shirt material through that hook. So you'll just hook it on there like this, and that'll be how it's gonna hang on your necklace. So once you get that around that little hook, come back to the inside of these with that piece of t-shirt material, and then tie it on the inside one more time to hold it nice and tight. We'll tie it and then tie it in a knot to keep it there. And that's all you have to do to get the tassel. And then on this one, I went ahead and just took that t-shirt material and also tied it around. So if you want to do that, you can. Just cut another piece of that t-shirt and pull your tassel down here and then tie another piece of t-shirt material around there. So if you want to do that, you can add that to it. It kind of adds a neat little touch to it, or you can just hang it like this too. But so find whatever necklaces you have laying around, any old necklaces. Even if you come up with some of the like really inexpensive bead necklaces, you could spray paint them, acid dip them. You could use like a chalk paint spray paint with them, but you could finish them in lots of different ways. But just pull out any old bead necklace. This one happens to be one of my decorative necklaces, and then I just added the tassel to that. So lots of different things you guys can do, but pull out the old material, the extra pieces you have laying around, cut about 16 to 18 inches long, fold it in half, put it on a little hook. You can use a hook like this. You can find hooks that you have. You could use a small key ring if you can find that off of something, but just get creative, guys, and look around for what you have laying around, and I'd love to see pictures of them when you guys get them done. Thanks a lot. Have a great night.